My dog is crying. Oh, drat. I don't know what's going on. Oh. Oh, this is it. Okay. It says that I'm live. There's this big delay, and this is the second time I've done this. I'm pretty sure my audio is good. Yeah, just one audio signal going. And let me see what I can do here. I felt like before I could see if there were people watching. Well, stream settings, analytics. Stream health. Stream is healthy, no data. Live chat. I can capture moments. All right, I don't care. Welcome to live chat. Guard your privacy. Abide by our community guidelines. Yada yada. All right. Chat rate. One current viewer. Hello, one viewer. You know who you are. I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. My dog is pretty surely going to be a pest. I'm almost certain. Well, hello, viewer. I'm going to work on this guitar. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I got to take the strings off first. And fun stuff. Oh no. Looks like the nut on this guitar is loose. I will have to keep track of that. I don't know what any of this stuff means on my screen over here. But one person is watching. And I might be that person. Am I that person? No, I'm not that person. I got this guitar in 1992. It was like New Year's Eve day or the day before New Year's, something like that. Day before New Year's Eve. I bought it at S.E. Davis & Sons pawn shop in Louisville, Kentucky. And it has a chainsaw case, if you are a Gibson person and you know what that is. It's a big hard plastic case. I have the original case. So in the so I got this guitar in 1992, right at the end of 92. And wow, these frets could really use addressing as well. I ain't gonna do that. And I played it for a while. It really had the bridge was very deteriorated. In that era of Gibson, they didn't have like the best. They didn't have the best hardware going on, and I'm sorry this chair squeaks so much. All my chairs in the studio squeak like crazy and crackle. And I've tried buying new chairs, and every one that I get, like 2 weeks into it, squeaks like a church mouse. It is just a disaster. I wonder exactly how I should go about this. I could probably take this spring out before I drop it on the floor and just lose it everywhere. Should take this nut off because it's going to fall out and I'll lose it everywhere. These will be my replacement strings. I'll stick these down here on this laptop. Maybe I will find my stream. Wonder how I will do that. Let's see. Your channel. Is this happening? 31 minutes ago? 25? 7 views? 10 minutes 1 day ago? Ah, God, I don't know how to do any of this. It's really foreign to me. I wonder if there's a way I can share the stream. Oh, there we go. Let me see what it is. Hit share. And, oh God. Copy. Why does it all have to be so hard? Why did I make this so hard on myself? So I need to take these pickups out. In order to do that, I've got to, I wonder if I have any blue tape around here. Stand by 1 second. I just want to keep that tremolo bar from flying around too much while I'm working on it, getting in the way. This tape is awful. I don't want to use it. Oh, sorry about that. So here we go. I really appreciate the one loyal viewer. That is a viewer, right? I don't know. Concurrent viewers. Yeah. Oh, God. Maybe I can do this. I'm going to share it with myself. Oh, good God. Are you kidding me? Okay. I'm going to send this to myself here in the form of a message. See what happens. Oh. There we go. Now I'll go over here and I will find that link. Haha. The delay is more than my brain can comprehend right now. I wonder what the little dip is right there. Maybe I had no I had no viewers. Now I have one. Continue to have one. Oh well, you know. How do I make that go away? All right. Oh, I have 2 viewers now. Egg salad. All right. Well, anyway. Back to the job at hand. So, if you read the stream description, you might have seen that I mentioned that I have a MIDI pickup inside this guitar, and I do. And this is this 1/4-inch jack on the back is actually part of that MIDI system, and that connects to a MIDI converter that I have that sits on my desk in there where I teach. And this little assembly I'm pulling out is what is known as a multiplexer. A multiplexer will take a multiple channel signal and feed it into how can I do this? And we'll feed it into a much more simple 2 or 3 wire setup, and that's an oversimplification, but basically that's what it does. It just allows the 6 MIDI pickups to be sent down a 2-conductor connection. There's actually a 3-conductor jack, but one of them is like a phantom power line. And then I'm going to get in here and take these pickups out. Should be fun. I probably did not set my lighting up to be quite workspace friendly, and I'm looking around to see if I've got something I can turn that up. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I have a touch more light to work with. So I'm going to start by desoldering. Oh, my soldering iron isn't even plugged in. What kind of tech am I? Not a very good one. Okay, I'm at 2 viewers. We are officially a crowd. So I could, with all my sophisticated technology, Derby is going to join us. Let's see here. Yep. And yep. Got it. And do that. Go here. Delete that. Go here. And there we are. And then I can create this shot here. Tilt it down more at the workbench. when I do this shot for real, then we hit a plus. Oh, got it. And then hit that. And now if we go here, do we return? No, we didn't. Do we return? No, we didn't. Oh, geez. And nothing's working. Perfect. Am I connected even anymore? Oh, God. I'm making it worse on myself. All right, connect. Yeah. All right. Go back here. Go back here. Okay. Hit this. And now that's gone to it. Okay, well. So that's that one. Oh, there we go. Aha! All right. And we don't really need this one. So we'll have shot number 1, yours truly. Shot number 2, my workspace. Okay, go back to shot 1. Good stuff. My dog, inconsolable little creature that he is. Let's see. We have my soldering iron turned on now. That's good. My sponge is nice and wet. I can see my own stream down there. It seems to be working and switching around. Yeah, that's pretty dorky. But it works. You know, doing this as a live stream wasn't about doing it fast. I still have 2 viewers after 11 minutes of me getting nothing done other than taking that plate off. Patient people. Let's see. Getting a little action there on the soldering iron. Let's see if it'll melt the solder yet. Yes, it will. All right. So we'll start out by desoldering the bridge pickup first, and we'll go from the ground. You know, I'm not too proud to admit that my glasses would make this an easier job. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Got a little piece of electrical tape here that's obviously protecting something from shorting out. So we'll take this off here. Put a touch of solder on the end there. Okay. There's one pickup. Live lead. Okay, so that officially is the bridge pickup disconnected. And then, oh, that's a tight spot there. So I'm going to disconnect the neck pickup now. spot. Don't really want to. Come on, baby. There we go. And then let's get this ground off of the back of the pot. Okay. So that is disconnected. Yahoo. And this isn't working nearly as smoothly as I wanted as far as the media end of it, but I think it probably looks okay. It looks like I'm doing some work over here. Oh, I can see myself in the past. See the top of my head. That's nice. All right. Okay, so let me flip this sucker back over, and I think in the meantime, I will kind of repackage this into there, just to keep it somewhat under control. I'm not even sure why that's staying on there, but I'm not going to protest it. Okay, so now I'll unscrew the pickup rings from the body, and that should bring out the first. Man, it's really cool that you guys are sitting here watching this. Oh no. Wow, there's a lot of gunk in these screws after 20 years of me. Okay, so I think in theory, if I lift this up, pickup number 1 successfully extracted. No idea what that says. All right, set that right there. Let's go for the neck pickup. I'm looking forward to going back to humbuckers in this, because at the time that I made this modification, whoa, that is a tiny little screw. In the 90s, which was the, still like Stevie Ray Vaughan was absolute, and the Stratocaster was like the king of guitar tone. And I played Strats for a while. I was in a couple of different bands where I was sort of a multi-function person, like I played a electric acoustic in some songs, and I just sort of was the pickup person that took care of all of the unusual parts. And I got this Les Paul, and I couldn't really connect to the sound. I was way more into Strats at the time, and now I can't stand Stratocasters. It's possible that one day I may reorganize my mind on that, but certainly seems unlikely. So this should, I can see it going down the line there. Oh, wow, something makes me think I should get a little bit clever. How am I going to get that pickup down there? I need a piece of string. Where do I have a piece of string or a thread? Let me see here. So when I go and pull this pickup out of here, I'm going to make it, I've got to thread this wire back down, you know, I got to thread this back down into it, and without something to pull it through, that might make it a bit challenging. So I think I'm going to take a piece of tape. Is that the way to do this? Let's see. Let me get this out of the way. Flip this back over. See if I can still get into that cavity. I know I'm just laying this guitar on a piece of wood. You know, like the finish is just practically destroyed, thanks to me. Let's see, is that it right there? That is it right there. So I'm not really too worried about what's going to happen to it by me gently laying it on a piece of wood. So what I'm going to do here is take this tape this string onto, I'll do it like this. Okay. I wonder if this delay that I have, because I can see, like just now on my monitor, I just reached over and got the tape. I wonder if with this delay, if something terrible happened, that I could actually cut it off before the terrible thing got, you know, seen by everybody, like my camera fell over or whatever. Although I don't know that I would have the presence of mind to stop the stream if that started happening. I'm sure some other anxiety would take over. Oh, yeah, and what's going on here? Everything is going wrong. Okay, so that finally came off. Not surprised. Let's see if I can pull this through. Oh, I can see my blue string moving. Oh, I can see it going through the little cavity. Oh, will it work? Is it going to work? It worked! What a clever boy am I. I probably lost my 4 screws or something. I'm still at 2. Thank you guys for sticking around. You know, it's funny when you eat earlier in the day and you think, this is going to be pretty good. I'll be fine with this. And then you go through some sort of taxing brain process. And, God, that tape is awful. And you find yourself exhausted. I even ate oatmeal, and when I was a kid, my doctor told my mom that oatmeal was brain food. Is it? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm the other guy. I'm the other viewer. I'm positive of it. Let me see. Oh, I don't know how to make it work. Oh, yeah, okay. So I'm the other person. Oh, man, I'm an idiot. All right. Well, you got to be something in life. Might as well be an idiot. There's a lot of bliss in that. Okay, so now I'm going to take the screws out of the pickup ring. Are they all the same size? No, they're not. The front ones are short. The back ones are long. Set them over here. Be handy to have a magnet or something, but I don't. And then I will remove No. The I don't know how this thing is going to autofocus. I can't tell. I'm holding a little tiny spring in my hand that looks like what would be in a ballpoint pen. It keeps the pickup in place while you adjust it. Take the screw out. Do this one. Okay. All right, so this is the, oh, I don't know if you can see this either, but these pickups used to be gold because they came out of a guitar that had gold hardware, and I used rubbing compound to get the gold off of it. And that's when I discovered that when you have gold hardware and you buff off the gold plating or whatever it is, it has a nice nickel finish, which was the original type of finish that would have been on a like a vintage. That's the neck. That would have been on a vintage PAF. Oh, look at that. Okay, so these apparently go with so these pickups have screws in them, so I'm going to assume that they are the correct, and springs. Oh, to go back to my story about the humbuckers and Les Pauls and Stratocasters and stuff like that. So I didn't really embrace the sound of a humbucker for a long time, and I always related a humbucker sound to the bridge, you know, that sort of aggressive, biting tone. And somewhere, I don't know, in the mid 2000s or so, like I started to appreciate the neck pickup on guitars with humbuckers in them, and see, I'm pretty sure the screws go to the back on the bridge. Is that correct? To the front of the neck. So maybe my newfound respect for humbuckers and how to use them and how they sound and how they work will, because now like my main guitar is my Guild M75. Well, I don't know if it's my main guitar now. I've actually been playing a Telecaster a lot, so I am back to the Fender single coil sound. But I love my M75. I mean, I just love it. And it has Lindy Fralin PAFs in it. They sound great. Everybody who plays that guitar kind of unanimously agrees that it is really good sounding instrument. Although it has a couple of my guitars, I'm going to tell you something about them that a lot of people wouldn't confess. That Guild doesn't have great sustain. It has fantastic tone, but it just doesn't have great sustain. And I don't know where the breakdown is, like where it's mechanically losing energy, because that's where, sustain comes when the body of the instrument is not absorbing the energy of the string vibration. Boy, this feels like it's going to just pop out and go somewhere. Come on, baby. Going through. Well, there you go. So the Guild has fantastic tone, and you really got to work to keep a note ringing on it. It just doesn't sing much. But this Les Paul, holy moly, it is a singer. There's no doubt about that. It really has a great, it just rings like a bell. It's beautiful. And this 355 behind me, that is a 1963 355, and it has patent number pickups on it. The covers were taken off, but they are the original They are the originals. And that one also has kind of underwhelming sustain, if you ask me. So I guess I can just feed that through there. I'm going to put the other one together first. Where is it? But it has a great tone. And you know, like if you watch my kids aren't all right video, that one sounds, that tone is pretty great. Oh wait, so this should have its own. Yeah, it does. All right. In that little intro, when I'm playing that muted rhythm guitar part, the 355 just sounds totally money. So it's good for that. It's good for percussive rhythm guitar, power chord type stuff, and for melodic stuff, it's good, but it just behaves a little differently. It's kind of funny, you know. Like I make records in here with people, and sometimes, you know, like I can tell when somebody's got a dead guitar. Might have a great tone, but doesn't sing. What would you call that? Like, doesn't have any lungs, right? Singers who can hold a long note, they've got a lot of air going on. But whatever. I had a black Les Paul custom in here that belonged to one of my clients and was purchased by another one, and that guitar was unbelievable. And I have to admit that was part of what motivated me to make this change back. Sort of, I guess, really a combination of things. So there's a YouTube channel called Trogley's Guitar Show, and all that guy does is buy and sell guitars on Reverb, and he makes these videos where he kind of like gives you a little, he calls it documenting them, but sort of like a tour, you know, a lot of close-up shots of all the things. And close-up shots of the finish, the body, flaws, things that are beautiful, whatever, you know, just shows the guitar. And then, oh yeah, there's a logic to all this madness. I get it now. That's cool. You know, I'm not going to claim I know everything. So on this pickup, right along here, there's a row of screws, and logically the screws go toward the neck and toward the bridge, but I couldn't remember for sure. But now I can see where the pickup wire comes off the guitar is close to the hole in the body where it has to thread through. So there's, you know, somebody somewhere was doing some good industrial design and put it together sensibly. I could swear to God the last time that I was doing this, I could see who was watching, but it might be because they chatted with me. So anyway, on the Trogley's Guitar Show, he shows a lot of Les Pauls. I think he does more Gibsons than anything. And that's where I learned that these 80s era Les Pauls have, am I doing this right? Yeah, I think so. These 80s era Les Pauls have these Tim Shaw PAFs in them. Tim Shaw is the guy who designed the pickups for Gibson. I don't know, I guess some point in the 70s after Norland took over. And he basically copied a PAF, et cetera, et cetera. And so this is supposed to measure like 7.39 kiloohms, and I took them out. Well, I can do this now. So when I got them out of the box I had them in, I measured them, and they're like 7.59, so they're a little high. But I have a feeling that once I once I put it in the circuit, that the circuit itself is going to absorb a little of that high resistance and change it a bit. So this one is reading at okay, 7 point. That says 7.3. It could be my skin on here. It says 7.37, and this is the neck pickup. And I'm going to do this one differently. I'm just going to keep my skin out of the game. And this one's 7.55. The bridge is 7.55 when I don't touch it. And the neck is, the neck is 7.48 when I don't touch it. So my natural conductivity is corrupting those values a bit. Okay, so in theory, this is ready to go in here. And is it possible that I will do this in an hour? I guess it's possible. Okay, so I just need to do something here. Wow, that is really on there. Let me see if I wish I had some blue tape. I have some somewhere. I don't want to go away from the camera very long. I can look over and see myself working. You know, I didn't put any tags in this video, so anybody that was searching for live streams with guitars or whatever wouldn't be able to find it, but, you know, it's all an experiment. I'm going to get up for a second and find my tape. Oh, there it is. This stuff is so intense. I'm not sure if it's gaff or not, but wow. Okay. See what I'm doing with this string here? A little action. Hey, I could use my other shot. Let's go with that. Whoa. And tilt down the guitar, feed that through a little bit, give it a little helping hand around that corner. Everybody needs a helping hand from time to time. Even a pickup. Being, come on, baby. Oh, there we go. Oh. All right. Come on. Oh, look at that. All right, victory. I hope my MIDI pickup still works after all this. That will be a distressful thing. I can go back up to my other picture now. Hey, there I am. Amazing technology. It's like a camera robot. I forgot to, oh, there we go. I'm going to switch back now. I can see my stream. I live in the future. Okay, so I guess I could probably just try and, oh, now I've done it. Oh, I got it. Perhaps I will do more mundane tasks like this on camera. You know. Somebody who got me into playing the neck pickup sound was this guy named Ryan Slegger in a band called Ozma that I recorded. I recorded a couple things that he did in a group called Yes Dear. I think that was the first band he was in that I recorded, and then we did a record together, a couple records together with the Ozma band. And he used the neck pickup, and it really had this big sound. You know, really sounded great. So maybe I will install the neck pickup first. That way it will be absolutely clear. Good God. I've forgotten which one is the I'm pretty sure that the knob that's closest to the floor is the bridge. This one here. And that would be the neck. Right? Oh. This is my dog, Derby. Something's not making him as happy as he would like to be. He wants me to pet him, I guess. In a second, I'm going to plug in this, I don't know, I'm going to plug in this 355 behind me and figure out which knob does what. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. All right, dude. Oh, ooh. You're cool. Turn on my deluxe. Get a cable. I'll use this when it's time to test that guitar. Okay. So the bottom one is the bridge. Put that back down there for now. Okay, so the bottom one is the bridge. I keep forgetting that you probably can't hear me when I turn my back and I'm talking to myself. So the bottom is a bridge, the top one's a neck. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and solder that one up right now. Oh, boy. All right. Get all that out of the way. The bottom is, so that's the neck up there. All right, so the string comes through. And this tape. Oh, can you hear my dog complain? He's always willing to offer his vocal updates on his condition. Okay. Well, the string has done its job. Let me restore this phone as my portable lighting venue. And if I go back and just do this the way it was, I wonder what is the best way. Let's see. Where's the rotation happening here? Oh, gotcha. Nope. Oh, this is lame. There we go. And so then I turn this. Aha. Okay. So this wire needs to go down under there. Okay. I'm just trying to set myself up so that I can solder this thing in here. Derby's always got something to say. Okay. That is good there. Now let me get this so I can put the ground onto the pickup like it originally was. Oh, I bet this was like that. It even kind of has the same bent shape. Okay, I'm mumbling, sorry. So, the shield on the, oh, come on, baby. On the lead coming from the pickup is, kind of has this odd kink in it, but now I can see why, based on how it was probably installed originally. Come on. There we go. Really suck that up in there. Yeah. So I believe the neck pickup is installed. Cool. Bridge pickup next. Okay, so turn out my light here. Flip this mess over. On that Trogley's guitar show, the guy always, you know, like looks at the pickup cavities on the new Les Pauls and complains about how rough the holes are. But let me tell you, the inside of this guitar really looks very good. Oh man, should I have buffed that out before? Well, I'm this far. I'm going to go ahead and finish this pickup job before I get any rubbing compound out. Oh, there we go. What I don't remember is if I had these MIDI pickups in here at the same time as having these humbuckers. I sort of wonder if I did all that at once or what. I really don't remember. It's so long ago. You'd think I would. Wow. That's really a tight fit. Makes me think that they weren't ever in here at the same time. I hope there wasn't a relationship between having those in there or not. I think I would have remembered that, but I don't. So sometime in the last 2 years, the A string on my MIDI pickup developed an issue. Oh, there we go. Developed an issue where it would multi-trigger like crazy. So normally the way these MIDI pickups work is you play the note, it sends a note. Once it reaches a certain amplitude, it's a piezo pickup, so it works kind of like an acoustic guitar pickup. But there's 6 individual ones as opposed to like on an acoustic guitar that has a pickup on it. It's just one piezo sensor, and so it sends a polyphonic signal, all the notes that you're playing out the pickup. These are 6 individual piezo pickups, so it's 6 channels, and for some reason when you play an A, it's just like, you know, note on, note off, note on, note off, note on, note off, like crazy. And so it really makes transcribing super hard now. And that's always bummed me out. That was such a great tool for years and years. I mean, I created thousands and thousands of transcriptions. Almost all the videos that I posted that have tabs, I created with this guitar, you know, over the years. Oh my goodness. That's how it was hanging it. Well, tell you the truth, when I bought this guitar, it did not have this Bigsby tremolo on it. I was a pretty fearless modifier of my guitars when I was young. Fortunately, a lot of what I did I only butchered the guitar with a drill and not a router. So I put this Bigsby on here because I went to go see. I tell you what, I think it was the guitar player from the Kentucky Headhunters. His name is Greg Martin. And his son was in a band, and I saw him at a bar in Louisville that was like right off of 2nd Street. And I think that bar was called Coyotes at the time, named after a local DJ named Coyote Calhoun. Let's see if I can plug this sucker in and make it do something. Oh, I haven't soldered that one. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I saw that band play in Louisville, and his son had like I think it was I don't know what guitar it was. It could have been an old vintage guitar. I mean, his dad's a Oh, this tape might have come. I don't know where that tape came from. But his son was playing this. Greg Martin's son was in this band, and he was playing this amazing sounding Les Paul. I think it was like a old deluxe or something. It had humbucker. No, it didn't have humbuckers. It had P90s, and I think it had a Bigsby on it. And he was playing it through super reverb, and I just thought that sounded unbelievable. And so, as this guitar kind of like was a mixed bag for me, as far as not relating to the tone quite like I would have liked. Where'd my pliers go? So I had to burn my fingertips. Yeah, I love that super reverb and those P90s and that Bigsby. So, I remarked that to myself, and somewhere in the 90s, I bought this Bigsby tremolo from Crossroads Music. And helps if it goes through the hole on the lug. That's one. Get back to the optical enhancement. Man, Dave Law talked to himself all the time. He should have been a live streamer. I know that Dave would admit that, so I don't feel like I'm revealing anything about the guy that anybody that knows him doesn't know. And it wouldn't take long being around him to figure out that was his mojo. Come on, baby. Oh, that smell. That old solder. All right. Whew. Okay, if everything went according to plan, that should be a working guitar. Let me plug this in there. Oh boy. Let's see. I don't know where the switch is. It's in the bridge position. So if I get in here and tap it. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Let me do this. Zero. Really? Do I have the right direction? Oh, wait, that's... what terrible thing I've done. I do have the right cable here, yeah. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, boo. I did not advance my cause. Let's see what the problem is. Never turn off the soldering iron until everything is working. Okay, so you know, this business here with that MIDI pickup technically doesn't really have anything to do with the electric guitar element. Oh. Okay. Well, that was up. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, hey, that's good. That's good too. I don't know why I wasn't reading anything, but hot dog. Okay, so the volume knob works for that one. Volume up. That is a mission accomplished. Okay, so probably the next thing I should do before I completely put this back together is I want to get some, I just want to polish that area right there because it hasn't been polished in a long time. That's finished on this thing is just wrecked. The Norland finishes weren't that great to begin with, and this one was really foggy for a long time. I did use some semi-chrome to buff it out a while ago. That was like the best thing I ever did, but I wish I would have found that before I tried some other things that just really messed it up. So stand by a second while I get my polish. A little fuel. This is a delicious salted caramel chocolate thingamajig. It is helping. All right. So, I can turn my soldering iron off. Okay. Polish, yeah. So, semi-chrome. It's an amazing product. I guess probably the whole time this camera might be focused on the microphone. It does that a lot. Cameras love microphones. little bit of compound on there. Oh, my Bigsby was also gold when I bought it, and I rubbed the gold off of it, and it had a nice nickel finish underneath. I've always liked that better than the chrome. Nickel was always a much softer look. These are chrome, kind of gross, but whatever. Hopefully they'll sound good. At the very least, it'll still be all original again, despite my solder, resoldering it. This has been a great guitar. My God, unbelievable. Gibson gets a lot of flack. They have done some dumb things, but when they put their mind to it, they make a great guitar. This is my Renaissance wax. I learned about this from the Rosa Stringworks Workshop YouTube channel guy. It's an amazing product. Derby's over there with a bone. Probably this microphone doesn't pick it up. It's not. This has a decent amount of rejection. Rub this area under the tremolo. All right. Well, some good intentions there. Hopefully it makes a difference. Okay. Now I guess strings are next. Right? I could put the back together, but I kind of want to let's do the strings. Where's that pack of strings I brought out? For years, I used to string this guitar with 12 gauge strings, very heavy, because with a tremolo system like a Bigsby, where the string is physically very long, excuse me, the strings play super slinky. I mean, they're really loosey-goosey feeling. And, man, a set of 12s played like 10s. So now I use 11s. 12s are kind of hard to come by. I used a custom set that was from Crossroads. Oh, son of a gun. I just realized a weakness in my setup here. Excuse me. Let me grab something real quick to hold up the end of the guitar. Okay. Yeah. All right, so where'd that E string go? Is this it? Yeah. So on this guitar, the Bigsby, I don't use the roller as a tensioner. I just let the string ride on the saddle, and I will. One reason this guitar has never gone. There's two reasons this guitar has never returned to live use for me. One is because that MIDI pickup and its role in my teaching gig. I never wanted to risk breaking this guitar on a gig. And also because this saddle has fallen apart. That is bad. I don't know where that piece went. There is a piece of this saddle missing. Oh, that's bad, 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 bad. Holy cow. And that's not even the string that had the problem. So where'd my phone go? Oh, sweet Lord. How did that happen? Oh. Hey, this is a dramatic moment. If I had like stinger sound effects, this would be the one, because my worst nightmare regarding this this whole project has kind of come true. A part of this guitar has fallen off and is missing. I think I see it. Nope. And nope. Oh no. This is, my own real life drama here. In the scope of things I've done, this does not feel like it should rank very high on the irresponsible list. I am not sure why that came apart or when. Okay, well, I need to clear off my workspace here. Oh, this is a whole new level of lame. Let me see if I can find that saddle. a small thing, but it's not that small. So I don't know where it would have gone. I removed the strings while it was sitting. Oh, sorry. It's a small thing, but I don't know where it would have gone. Well, I guess in a worst case scenario, if I don't find it, I can go back and look at the live stream and see if I notice a point at which it comes off, because I did do the full disassembly in the context of making this video or whatever this is. Man, if there were 100 people watching this, you know, like that would be like the moment in the live stream where everything didn't go so great. Should probably turn this light off. Well, you know, what the hell? Oh, I'm batting 1,000. Oh, there it is. So those pickups, those individual saddles, I bought them from this guy in San Francisco years and years ago, you know, when I built the guitar. And he was a card, man. When that problem I mentioned earlier where I was having some issues with the A string multiple triggering. Oh, this is going to fight me the whole way. How am I going to do this? The guy was totally strange, you know, like, I don't remember what his name is or even how I found him again. I did find him again. So in the 90s, like when the internet was really, you know, a pretty, it was kind of not there yet, you know, like I probably used a Yahoo search or something to find the guy. And I just remember paying him was kind of weird. I think I had to send him a check. I couldn't, you know, do some type of electronic payment. I do think that, or even when I paid him, I don't know, there was just something funny. Like maybe I had to send him a money order or cashier's check or something. I just remember it was like, okay, sure, I can do that, or I could just mail you a check and you could cash it. Whatever. But I think he hand makes these saddles, or you know what, has some unique part of it that he has exclusive control over. And when I started having that trouble with the A string, I'm like, wow, where did I, you know, how did I find that? How did I find that guy? And so I don't think I went back into old emails, because I'm pretty sure that era is, the email I was using at the time is long, long gone. But he was every bit as weird when I got a hold of him, maybe in 2018 or so, possibly 2019, I don't remember. I'm like, I'd forgotten about it until I think I just wanted to buy one, you know, like, hey, can I buy one? It's like, no, you can buy 6. I'm like, okay. I said, what if I had a 7-string guitar? Would you sell me 7? Yes. But you won't sell me 1? No. Well, okay. And you got to pay me in this weird, circuitous way, you know, like I have to verify that the money I get from the bank isn't counterfeit before I'll send it to you. I think that was just such a turnoff that I never did buy new saddles. And I'm not sure if it's the saddles that that broke, or if it was the MIDI thingamajig, because I kind of built that thing myself, and it was a long time ago when I had a lot more electronic ambition. And I don't know how, I can't even tell you how, I mean, I can tell you how I did it, but it was just this crazy, well, this ought to work if I do this. And it would be like, well, that's pretty close, but it's not quite there. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Get to that. Oh, man. And I just got it working, and I never looked back. Didn't ask a lot of questions. And I think I tried to build one for a guy later on, but there was something missing. Like he didn't have something that I was able to buy. I think I bought my stuff on eBay. I'm pretty sure I did. So eBay must have existed in the 90s. I don't think I started doing this until 98 or 99. Ooh, did it thread in? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to put these pickups back together before I lose the screws to that. And then I'll start looking around for that saddle. I don't know where it would have came off. But I can tell you this much. I'm worried about it. I am definitely worried about it. Oh, come on, baby. I guess I don't want to do that. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. As they say, hamburgers. What would Butters do? Oh. Well, I don't think I'm going to have a second career as a watch repair person. So this spring, you know, is what's fighting me. There's about 3/8 of an inch more spring. God, if it lets fly, I'll never see it again. I'll be looking for two things in here that'll be impossible to find. Oh, please, please. Oh, dang it. Oh, maybe I can do that. Oh, this is definitely not going to be a good idea. Come on. Oh, yeah. It worked. All right. So these can go on the wood pile or whatever. If I would have left well enough alone, I wouldn't have broken my MIDI pickup. Oh, God. How miserable. The thing is, I have a whole Roland guitar synth system in a box in my closet that was always my parachute, my lifeboat. And I'm sure it works fine. Has slightly higher latency, I guess. It's a little slower. What's going on here? Where did that thing go? Where did it go? It is gold in color. That was the only... I think that was the only available saddle at the time. I don't remember. Maybe they're all gold. So I have to clear this off and see if I can find that thing. That is so strange. All right, so it must have fallen off in my lap at one point when I picked the guitar up and turned it over or something like that. Well, huh. That is weird. I certainly hope that when I lost it on the live stream, this is going to be a fairly low bitrate live stream, I'm sure. But I just wonder when I lost it. Ah. Hallelujah. I found it. It is nestled in the in that little bottom U shape of the Bigsby tremolo. You might be able to see it in there, but there you go. It's just above the B or so. Thank God. I hope I can put that sucker back together. Jeez Louise. What a freaking stressful thing that was. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. No good deed goes unpunished. So where are we in this? I've been at it for an hour and a half. Not quite an hour and a half. Someone asked me how my live stream is going. What am I doing here? I'm going to turn that light off. There we go. Okay, so I got to fish that sucker out of there. Probably need my tweezers out of here. Well, I don't know how on earth I'm going to reconnect this sucker, but we'll see. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. Yes, please. So from the looks of it, there is a tiny solder site on there that probably was formerly connected to this little tiny wire. I'm not going to pull that camera down, but I'm now starting to get a feel for what this guy must do. Oh, sweet Jiminy Jeems. So this thing I'm holding in my hand, which is way too small, and I don't have a... Well, let's see if I can do this. Totally blown out. That thing I'm holding in my hand there. Try to get as close as I can without blowing it out. So that's a piezo pickup, like what would be in an acoustic guitar, and blowing it out again. And I guarantee you that dude probably won't leave his house because he's up there in San Francisco and they're all totally locked down. And I don't know if that is a contactor or what, but it looks done. Excuse me. I don't know how I'm going to get that back on there. Oh, God. Oh. Maybe these. I mean, at one point I had a ABR1 on here with brass saddles, and man, that was a good sounding bridge. It could be that this piece of gear has lived its life expectancy, and you know, I'm just trying to do anything to get where I can see what I'm doing, get light where I need it. And it's not working. Yeah, stand by 1 second. Close. get it any closer? Is that all I got? That's all I got. So I'll do it this way. Okay. Almost. So these saddles, it looks like at so a typical saddle is shaped like this, right? Where this would be the part where the string goes through, this goes over, and then the little skinny part on the bottom has a hole in it where the screw holds it into the bridge. And these particular saddles look like, on that wide part at the top, like they've got some little fingers that hold the transducer in place. And what it looks like has happened, possibly, is that one of the tabs broke off. I've got to come up with a different way to be able to see this. This is not working. Okay. Let me see if I can take a picture of this. Huh. So, I don't know how well this will work, but it doesn't look like it's going to work at all. See a lot of zebras there, but there's two saddles there. The E is the one that's closer to the bottom of the screen, and the A is the one that's just to the side of it. And you can see how part of it's missing. And, I don't know what's going on. Oh, the screen's getting dark. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have high hopes at all. Huh. I have no desire to rebuild this thing. I mean, it would be great if it worked again. But good God. That would be such an undertaking. All right, well, I am clearly not going to solve this today. I don't know if there will ever be a video that follows it up other than that shows the process of fixing it. But at some point, I got to figure something out. And I'm going to get on with my life because I need to think about how I'm going to deal with this. And, oh God. You know, and I don't want to break anything else in the process. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, I was just watching myself on the stream, and that when the light was shining on the pickup, it looked like I was working on, like, you know, Iron Man's heart or something. All right, I'm going to end the stream because I'm not going to get any further with this. I'm coming up at 1 hour and 40 minutes, and I hope to string it up and play it, but I'll just have to put that in a video when I get it working again. I'll use it on something. Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I learned a little bit on this stream. The problem I had originally was that that you have to get a unique stream. Wow, I just must be these glasses. You have to get a unique stream key for each stream that you do. It's not always the same, and I didn't understand that. But it was when I pushed the get stream key thing, that's when it went to the console view that I needed in order to create the stream. So again, thank you. If you're finding this later down the line, like as a video, which I think it will show up on the page as a video, I do a lot of guitar content, and I'm just sort of stretching out into something other than like teaching kids how to play songs. The Dana Guitar Coach page it started out as just a support page for a guitar class that I taught in a middle school, and now that all of the schools are shut down and the class is no longer active, I decided that since I have basically no job, the school wasn't my only job, but I teach people and record music, and all of that has evaporated under the current situation. So I decided to start making videos, not every single day, but 5 days a week. And this little venture I thought would be a successful one. And it was sort of, but in the meantime, I didn't expect to break something else. Okay, well, I'm going to go. And if you like this sort of thing, you could subscribe to this channel, and I will keep doing it for a while. There's actually a lot of stuff I haven't even touched on that I could develop content on the recording and production side of things. Okay, well, have a great day, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a happy result with this guitar. Goodbye. Yeah. Good God. They make it sort of a two-way process. So yeah.